The patch notes for the new Season 16 Legend classes have just dropped, and we can see here that they actually look really OP. Now, going on here to the patch notes, we see that Assault Legends, we have Bangalore, Revenant, Fuse, Ash, and Mad Maggie. I'm a little concerned with the fact that Mirage is not with the Assault Legends, because you can see that Skirmisher, which is the next class, has Pathfinder, Wraith, Mirage, Octane, Horizon, and Valkyrie. Now, Mirage is really the only one who doesn't have any movement abilities here, so I'm a little concerned, especially when you'll see in a moment the Assault class has a much better passive than Skirmisher, because I guess, you know, Skirmisher being movement legends, they usually always have an advantage over other ones, so I don't know how Mirage fits here. It's true that we've had a few leaks about legend changes and Mirage was in there, so we'll see if Mirage actually becomes good this season. But moving on to the proper classes, we have Assault, which can carry more ammo per stack and can access red bins. We'll see what those do in a minute. And we have Skirmisher that can reveal care packages. Recon can scan survey beacons to get enemy locations. Controller can scan the ring to get the next circle, and Support, and in my opinion this is just ridiculous, just the most OP ability in all of these, they can craft teammate banners and they can access the blue bins. Now, with the legend class breakdown, we have Assault, and these are again Bangalore, Ash, Fuse, Mad Maggie, Fuse, Mad Maggie, and Revenant, and they can open the red bins. And the red bins have smart loot, which means that the loot will be tailored to the guns you need. For example, if I need an extended light mag for my 301, I'll get an extended light mag, or I'll get a stabilizer. I will never get anything like a heavy mag if I'm not carrying a heavy gun. So we see that they have four kind of little spots. And right here you can see what those look like. It's basically the blue supply bins we have right now, where you'll get normal on the top, and then there's a little tray at the bottom that will open and will give you 4 more attachments. And one of them will always be an optic. So that's really good. One of them will always be optics. You'll be guaranteed to have like a 2x, or I don't know if it'd be a 4x if you're carrying a sniper. You'll always have optics. And then the loot is also smart loot, as I've said. And there are lower chances of magazine and hop-ups. This is kind of good and bad. I don't think most people want hop-ups that much because they're not really that useful, but magazines are usually like one of the most important attachments, so I guess that's kind of a way to balance it out, make sure you don't get too OP right away. Although when you can get stuff like, for example, the new gold bolt for the shotguns, and when you can get like stabilizers and optics off the rip, that's gonna be still really good. And if you open the second compartment and no one on our team has guns, you'll actually get guaranteed a gun and 2 attachments for it, which is actually really good, because that means you can hot drop in a red bin. You can go straight for the red bin, and because no one on our team will have any gun, you'll just straight away be with a hopefully decent gun and will already have attachments. You can just run over the whole POI straight away. And the minimum tier is rare, so that means, for example, when you open the optics compartment, right, when you open it up, there's one of them who's always going to be an optic. You won't get a 1x or a red dot. You won't get any of those. You'll be guaranteed to get like the bruiser, which a lot of people want, the 1-2, which in my opinion is actually kind of decent. You always get the good optics, no like 1x or anything that has like no magnification. And they can also carry more ammo per stack. So for example, light, heavy, and energy cannot always carry an extra stack. So I believe that's 20 per stack. So heavy, light, and energy will go to 80 you can carry, but shotgun and sniper have a reduced extra stack. So instead of being, I think it's 6 per shotgun and 6 per sniper, if I'm not wrong, maybe it's 8, but you won't actually be able to carry 8 more or 6 more. You'll only be able to carry like half of that, which I guess is fine, because if it could carry a lot of shotgun, that would be really good, because shotguns obviously only use 1 shot per shot, 1 bullet per shot. Same with snipers, so any small like amounts already a lot of shots. but that's a pretty good passive. It's like, I don't know, maybe a B tier or something. Maybe I'll do a tier list in another video. But here we have Skirmisher, and Skirmisher has Wraith, Valkyrie, Octane, Horizon, Mirage, and Pathfinder. Now this is an interesting class, because as I said, these are all legends that are really good on their own, so they don't really need a passive, except for Mirage. If Mirage stays like this, oh, I think he might actually be the worst legend in the game, because his abilities are not that good, and he's going to get this passive, which you're gonna see in a moment. Can spot incoming care package to see the highest value contents and items. Care packages are revealed by looking at them for a few seconds while they fall, or if you get within range. So you'll get this like little icon, this little UI that I assume fills up when you look at the care package, and then as you can see here, you'll be able to see what's in there. I mean, it's nice, it's not really bad, you know, it's better than not having any passive, and it's not really going to be game changing. I think one of the things that will help is this right here. Can also see when the item has been taken by another team, and the item will turn gray. So I assume this will mean when you walk up to the care package and it's already open, in the spot where there would usually be a gun, you will see that there's a little gray version of the gun, and you'll be able to see what gun it is. It's okay again, but I mean, you can already kind of tell by especially the weapon that's like dropped on the floor. If you see an SMG, it's probably an RE. If you see an AR, it's probably the bow. Rampage no one ever takes that, so you'll never see anything dropped on the floor for a Rampage. Cravers are also pretty good, but they're kind of rare, so you can assume it's either like a bow or a crave that someone has. As I said, it's good, it's better than having no passive, but I'm really worried for Mirage here. We'll have to see before the season drops if we get any more patch notes on that. But Recon, Enemy Intel, and Tracking, this is actually like the second best one, in my opinion, because it's Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, Vantage, and can use modified survey beacons, so not the normal survey beacons, because as you'll actually see in a second, those are gone. There's no longer like the normal survey beacons, there's only these and a different type, that's for another thing. So they can use the survey beacons to reveal enemy positions on the map/minimap for 30 seconds. So you'll just walk up to it and it'll look like this. It's basically crypto map room, and the enemies in pulse range are alerted to beacon use. I was kind of worried about this, because at first I thought, well, imagine you're in Harvester, right? And then you get the ping that someone scanned the beacon. Well, there's only one beacon in Harvester. That's the dead giveaway of where people are. But as you can see, this is a really big range. This is huge. This goes to like Fragment East. This almost goes to Epicenter. This goes to like Lava Siphon. I have to assume if it goes up there in Fragment East, it probably goes down to Thermal, Landslide, maybe even into, not really Countdown, but it's close. The tree, this is a huge range. If you land, for example, off here in Thermal Station, then you scan Beacon, you can easily know if you have to rotate left, right, middle. I think this is gonna be really good. I think a lot of, especially higher level teams, will really use this to help plan out rotations. Because nowadays, well, circle beacons, you know, the normal beacons, they're good, they're definitely useful, but people have gotten a lot more used to tracking zones, to trying to predict zones. So having this and then being able to predict zones is going to be so good for finding god spots, for finding really good places to hold. It's going to be huge. Then you have Controller, and Controller is not really anything new. It's Caustic, Watson, Rampart, Catalyst, and it's just the old scanning the beacon. You know, you'll get where the next zone is going to go, but actually you use these. You use, what are they called? Ring consoles. Use the new ring consoles. That's why I said the survey beacons are gone. You have the new recon survey beacon and you have the ring consoles, which I guess is also good, because then you don't get caught like going for a survey beacon and then getting scanned on the way there because you're trying to compete with a recon legend for the same thing. I guess they're kind of separate. That's good. And this is just scanning the beacon. It's good that it's now on defensive legends, because before you'd have to use a defensive legend and a recon legend, which they still pair pretty well. You know, the recon legends are still good for getting intel while you're in the building, but now you're not like required to take one of those. You could take like either 2 of those, or take like mobility with Wraith or something for some quicker rotates, or maybe Ash, something like that for micro rotates within the zone. And then support, the last one. This is, oh my god, this is an insane class. This is every team is going to have a support. Support and recon are basically going to be must picks, but I'll talk about that in a second. Now, the passive. You can craft ally banners even if expired. This is really key. Even if expired, so you can just run away as far as you can, and your teammate's banner will just run out, and you'll still be able to craft them for 30 materials. And they're thinking, yeah, okay, well, you have to pay like 60 materials, which is a bit, you know. If you go to a POI, you'll be able to grab like what, 75 materials at most. Sometimes they won't even have 75, they'll have like 50 materials. I think it's the minimum. So okay, you're not going to, no, it's 30 for all the banners. That's insane. That's insane. And then think about it, when the mobile respawn beacon is in the crafter, you pay like what, 80 materials? I think it's 80 materials to get both your teammates back. Whoa, that's insane. Wow, 80 materials, that's really good. It gets even worse. You can pay the 30 materials, and then you can access the blue bins. And you can see here, compartment has increased chance for larger health kits, so shield batteries and med kits, and I assume Phoenix kits as well. That's already really good. That's insane. You'll actually get like the rare stuff you want more often. But then has unique survival item logic. Survival items are the heat shields and mobile reses. So increase the percentage of heat shields when outside of the ring. So that's actually really good. That's an amazing quality of life change. But increase the percentage of mobile respawn beacons if carrying a teammate banner. So you can just buy your teammates, buy the banners for 30 crafting materials, open up a few of these like blue loot bins, get a mobile respawn beacon, call them in, and then you can actually still craft the guns, because you have the Volt, which is an amazing gun. You can just craft the Volt, you can craft your armors, you can craft everything up, be back up to full for like 30 materials. That's insane. You can actually craft 80 if you don't find one, but you know, that's kind of just unlucky if you don't get one. It's still super cheap. So yeah, I think this is gonna be absolutely like amazing. And I'm not really sure if these are only openable by what's it called, by support legends. I think so, because there was a trailer, I think it was trailer for season 15, where you had a legend that was not support go up to a blue bin, and it said only support legends could open them. So I guess it's only going to be openable to those, which is also good for the assault legends who had the red loot bins. But yeah, these are just insane. I'll be making another video soon talking about the meta, how I think this will impact the meta, maybe make a little tier list of all these abilities. But yeah, leave a comment, what do you think about this? I think it's absolutely insane. It's going to be absolutely meta changing. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you.